Coronation Street spoilers: who dies in Underworld roof collapse? Who won't make it through the disaster? Death comes calling to next week as the mysterious sees one character killed off. Several of Weatherfield's most loved residents will find themselves in big trouble when tragedy strikes at the factory, but fans will have to tune in on Wednesday, March 20th to find out who meets their maker. In the meantime, here are 13 of the most likely possibilities. Sally loves having a cause to fight, but that could prove to be her undoing next week when she takes on Carla. Outraged over if Sally wanted to grab people's attention, she's going the right way about it. The roof collapses beneath her and she goes plummeting from a great height. Oops. Gina joins her sister for the big rooftop moment, so she's in an equally precarious position. After hanging up the It Be Typical soap for two close family members to exchange harsh words just before a tragic death. Well, have the tissue. From next week's episode show Sean lying among rubble after the roof falls. The factory was storylines for Sean have been few and far between since last year, which could be a sign that it's time up for the long-running character. Lovable idiot Kirk is also part of the factory protest, which puts him in the danger zone when the roof caves in. After a whopping 19 years in Corey, could show bosses have been tempted to kill off a long-running character like Kirk to cause a real stir? Feisty Izzy is among the longest-serving staff members at the factory, with 9 years of knicker stitching to her name. With jobs under as the only remaining member of the Armstrong family, it could be Izzy's time to go and mark the end of an era for the show. Paul may be the newest member of the Underworld team, but he's no less passionate when it comes to protecting the factory's future. This puts him in the Paul is a fairly new character, so this could have arguably made him vulnerable as the Corey bosses decided who to cull. Plus, Beth is one of the only Underworld staff members who can't be seen in next week's spoiler photos, which could be suspicious in itself as an attempt to throw us off the track. Carla has tried to sway Beth over to her side recently, so the big question is whether she'll want to be part of the protest or not. Even if she isn't, Gemma may not actually work at the factory, but she loves a bit of drama and decides to be part of the protest just for the fun of it. Okay, maybe this puts Gemma in the wrong place at the wrong time, and one of the most dramatic spoiler pictures from next week shows her looking lifeless at the accident scene. Yikes. Emma is another non-Underworld staff member who decides to show her support when the protest gets underway next week. With now over, you could argue that Emma is at a bit of a loose end in terms of plots, making her a more dispensable victim. On the other hand, Tim is one of the first on the scene after the roof collapse and rushes inside to rescue his wife Sally. Tim was delighted to get his marriage back on track this year after Sally's prison ordeal ended. If the Corey gods, ABI also plays the hero after the accident, rushing inside the unstable building to offer help. While Tim is dead, interestingly, ABI's son Seb is in the frame for causing the disaster in the first place. The troubled teen, Alan Halsall, celebrated 20 years as Tyrone in 2018, but we can only hope that the impressive milestone didn't give the bloodthirsty bosses any ideas about writing him out. Kind-hearted Ty joins Tim and ABI with their rescue attempt. Intense scenes. Fizz would certainly. The factory roof collapse takes place and we know that Putna Limbachia is leaving the show at some point this year. So, could show. As far as we know, there's no reason for Rana to head into the factory, with dress already collected and all going well ahead of the big day. Could this be Rana's? Coronation Street airs the Underworld roof disaster on Monday, March 18th at 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. on ITV. Digital spy soap scoop video hit play below for all the latest Coronation Street spoilers, as Carla makes a number of enemies and Lolly causes problems for Kate and Rana. Want up-to-the-minute soaps news, spoilers, and gossip on your social feeds? Just hit like on Raindrops, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah.
Looking up